Hey everyone, and welcome back to Filmflix. Today we're blasting off into the absolute best, most mind-bending R-rated sci-fi movies Netflix has to offer right now. We're talking gritty action, concepts that will warp your brain, and stories that aren't afraid to get a little dark and totally unforgettable. So grab your snacks, get comfy, and let's get into it.
Don't let the back door hit you.
We gotta go.
First up, imagine if a gritty, pulpy 70s blaxploitation flick crashed headfirst into a paranoid sci-fi conspiracy theory. This movie oozes style from every single frame. It follows a killer trio, a slick hustler, a cynically hilarious pimp, and an incredibly resourceful sex worker who stumble into a conspiracy so bizarre and brilliantly executed, you'll be texting your friends about it immediately. The chemistry between John Boyega, Jamie Foxx, and Teyonah Parris is nothing short of electric. It's laugh-out-loud funny, clever as hell, and uses its wild premise to deliver some of the sharpest social commentary you'll see. It's a total vibe and one of the most original films to hit Netflix in years. You absolutely have to check out They Cloned Tyrone.
What if I told you I could offer you something that would enable you to walk again? I call it STEM.
All right, next, if you've ever watched a superhero origin story and thought, yeah, but what if that was horrifying and brutally violent? Then this is your holy grail. This film is like a cyberpunk John Wick, directed by a mad scientist on a caffeine bender. A man is left utterly broken after a horrific tragedy, but gets a second chance with an experimental AI implant called STEM. What follows is a revenge thriller so brutal, so balletic, and so brilliantly choreographed that you'll feel every single impact. But the real genius is the relationship between the man and the voice in his head. It's creepy, unexpectedly hilarious, and will have you side-eyeing your smart speaker for weeks. The action is insane, and the ending, oh man, the ending is a gut punch that will stick with you for days. You need to experience the jaw-dropping upgrade.
You smash the entire area, you kill anything that has more than 2 legs, you get me?
This next one is a film that, on the surface, looks like the biggest, dumbest, most glorious alien bug hunt movie ever made. But my friends, that is the most glorious trick in cinematic history. It is, without a doubt, one of the smartest and most savage satires ever put to film. It's a bloody, explosive, and hilariously over-the-top critique of fascism, militarism, and propaganda, all wrapped up in a shiny, sexy package of fantastic practical effects and iconic, meme-worthy one-liners. It's so smart it makes other movies look stupid. Would you like to know more? Then you must watch the legendary Starship Troopers.
A train at the platform. A train that isn't there.
Ever get that creeping feeling that your phone is listening to you? That some algorithm knows you a little too well? Well, this movie takes that modern paranoia and dials it up to 11. It's set in a chillingly sleek near future where privacy is completely extinct. Everyone's memories and sightlines are recorded and monitored. A weary, disillusioned detective, played by the always great Clive Owen, stumbles upon a woman who is a complete ghost in the machine, a blank spot in a world of total surveillance. It's a stylish, moody neo-noir mystery that's less about high-octane action and more about a deeply chilling what if. It's a slow burn, but if you love immersive world-building and a good cerebral puzzle, you'll get completely sucked into the haunting world of Anon. Okay, let's dial the clock back to the glorious, unapologetic 90s for a dose of pure, uncut action sci-fi. This one stars a certain Muscles from Brussels as a federal timecop tasked with preventing maniacs from messing with the fragile fabric of the past. It is the perfect, beautiful blend of cheesy one-liners, fantastically lo-fi time travel effects, and surprisingly clever paradoxes that will actually make you think for a second before another roundhouse kick happens. It's got one of the most iconic Van Damme splits in history, and a premise that's just a ton of unadulterated fun. It's a stone-cold classic for a very good reason. Don't miss the chaotic, entertaining mess that is Timecop.
It took everywhere.
If you're in the mood for a straight-up, no-nonsense B-movie alien invasion flick that punches so far above its weight, it might as well be in another atmosphere, look no further. It starts with a truly terrifying abduction sequence shot from inside a subway car and just never ever lets its foot off the gas. It's got a gruff, endlessly watchable lead in Frank Grillo, some surprisingly awesome and gnarly creature design, and fight scenes that are both ridiculous and incredibly undeniably cool. It proves that you don't need a Marvel-sized budget to create something that is truly epic, entertaining, and packed with heart. Prepare for the absolute onslaught of Beyond Skyline. This one is for those of you who like your sci-fi with a heavy, heavy dose of gut-wrenching body horror and contagion panic. A mysterious, fast-acting parasite begins violently turning infected people into monstrous, mindless attackers. And we follow two sisters fighting tooth and nail just to survive the nightmarish quarantine zone. It's claustrophobic, genuinely tense, and does not shy away from the gore or the sheer ick factor. It's less about the grand why, and more about the sheer panic, desperation, and love between two siblings in an impossible situation. It's a gritty, nasty, and underrated little thriller that deserves way more attention. Do you have what it takes to survive the viral outbreak? This next pick is powerful, poignant, and won an Oscar for a very, very good reason. It uses a genius sci-fi trope we all know and love to tackle a devastatingly real-world issue with breathtaking grace and power. A man finds himself trapped in a terrifying time loop, forced to relive a deadly confrontational encounter with a police officer over and over and over again. It's only about 30 minutes long, but it packs more emotional and intellectual punch than most full-length features. It's a necessary, brilliant, and heartbreaking piece of filmmaking that will leave you sitting in silence, thinking long after it's over. Witness the profound and unforgettable story of two distant strangers.
¿Hay mucha más gente abajo?
Okay, brace yourselves for this one. It's one of the most brutal, brilliant, and talked about social allegories ever made. Imagine a massive, vertical prison where a single platform of gourmet food is lowered from the top floor every day. Those at the top feast like kings. Those in the middle get scraps. Those at the bottom, well, they have to get creative to survive. This Spanish masterpiece is a no-holds-barred, stomach-churning metaphor for wealth inequality and class stratification that will leave you absolutely stunned. It's vicious, it's uncompromising, and it will spark 1,000 debates. It's a film that doesn't just want to entertain you, it wants to challenge you. You have to witness the brutal genius of the platform. And for my final pick, imagine a secluded fancy reunion party with old friends. The vibes are awkward, the conversations are strained, and then one old friend shows up with a mysterious, unmarked suitcase. What's inside? A device that promises to reveal your true self by, well, I absolutely cannot say. What follows is a hilarious, deeply paranoid, and mind-melting psychological thriller about identity, secrets, and the faces we show the world. The less you know going in, the better. Trust me, it's a wild, unpredictable ride from start to its breathtaking finish. You simply have to discover what's inside. It's what's inside. And that's our list. Which of these R-rated gems are you firing up first? I know my weekend is now completely booked. Let me know down in the comments. I am genuinely curious what you think, and I love hearing from you. Did I miss one of your favorites that's still on Netflix? Yell at me about it, and maybe I'll do a part 2. If you enjoyed this ride through the sci-fi spectrum, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button because it really helps us out, and subscribe to Filmflix and ring that bell so you don't miss what's coming next. We're all here because we love movies, and I love getting to hang out and talk about them with you. This is a conversation, not a lecture. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, happy viewing. And try not to think about that AI implant too much before bed.